Our topic for this month is self-esteem. So I was wondering if you would like to share your wisdom for all the listeners about what you feel has to do with self-esteem for us humans.
Indeed, sweet. First, I will say to you that you are more than humans, and the term does not entirely apply. You see, when you say humans, it is almost as if you are saying only humans, and that is the difficult side of it. You say we are human beings. I say that you are divine beings or exalted beings or wise beings, but you would not speak this way about yourself, which automatically says that the esteem can be raised by a quantitative amount. Humanity, then, is a species, but it is not a species of the earth. It is a species of life. And what you cannot see, then, is what makes a human divine. What makes a human being? When you say human, again, it is as if you are saying, we are only human, as if to say, well, what can you expect? We are only human. Or, we are doing the best we can. We are still learning. And so humanity first acknowledges what it is not before it begins to acknowledge what it is. And so that is the first that we could say regarding the question of esteem. Humanity, to be human, is to be whole, not to be part, not to be something in search of itself, but to be whole. And again, the greater part of humanity is whole. The personality forgets this. So the personality is in search of what it is and who it is. So it is difficult for it to regard itself in very high esteem when it feels as if it is going about its life somehow blinded, as if it has a handicap that it has not remembered. Humanity does not remember its true origin. It does not remember its true heritage. It does not truly know who its parents are. You see? So these are the reasons why esteem is challenged upon the earth. Humanity is in now search of the next truth, and it requires the new and the original truth. And this is that it is divine in origin, that it has always been whole, and that its journey upon the earth is a temporary one. It is one of adventure. It is one of exploration. It is one of discovery. It is a creative foray into another realm. And when humanity can hold it in this regard, then life will become less automatic, less mechanical, and truly more of an esteemed adventure, where one sees every other being as a colleague of life, as a companion along the way. So, from Gaia's perspective, to increase self-esteem requires the human to see itself as more than just human.
That is beautiful, Gaia. You know, self-esteem is a topic that was picked among several topics due to the amount of people requesting us to share our lives about it. Why do you think this is an important topic nowadays?
The importance of this subject at this time is that humanity is literally mutating into another being now. And so while you may call yourselves human, there is another kind of human that is being born within. Of course, this is taking place while you are living and breathing in this body, and so some of that is transparent to you. And yet, at the cellular level, at the molecular and particle level, the being, the self, knows that this is taking place, that it is experiencing a rebirth at this time. And so understanding that, it is very important to birth oneself with high regard, with high integrity for self, with an expression that will take one much further than one has traveled. So I will tell you, for instance, that in this year that is now unfolding, in the 2011 year, one human being, any one life that we may choose as an example, has the ability to travel much further in this 1 year than one has traveled up until all the rest of their life until now. And so regardless of chronological age, in this 1 year that is just now unfolding, in the 2011 year, one can accomplish, discover, bring forward, recognize 100-fold more than any and everything that has happened in the life thus far. Well, with these words, it is easy to imagine why you would choose this topic, because the more that you know about the self, the more that you can regard this year as one that will bring to you gifts and choices and realities from which to choose. In order to recognize these, it is most important to hold oneself as deserving of these. You see, the more that you believe that you deserve of life, the more that life will bring to you. Now, this is not the same as holding expectations about life. It is truly to say that the being within you deserves to discover all of life, all that life has to offer, you see, which is different than to say, I deserve or expect this or that, or I have worked very hard, I have earned it, it is about time for it to show up in my life. It is not that. It is a true vision. It is a calling forward of those things that are natural to be in receiving. If one acknowledges that one is normally, naturally a giving being, then one is also then easily and naturally able to receive. So this can then be a year of receiving vision and quality and discovery of the new.
So what would be your suggestions for the listeners on how can everybody keep themselves within an alignment with the high self-esteem vibration?
Indeed. The higher suggestion that I would give to you, you would say is nearly impossible, and yet I will tell you is the easiest of all. I will say to you, discard nearly all those things that no longer fit. You see? Those ideas, those beliefs that have become like concrete, the ideas about life that have become no more than by rote or mechanical things, where this can be discarded in favor of a new view or a new idea, to perform a task as if it were being done for the first time rather than the 1,000th time, brings a new awareness, invites new possibilities. It is literally to allow oneself the idea, just the idea, that life can begin again, or that it can renew itself at any time, at any opportunity. So where this can become a possible idea rather than an impossibility, then change comes so much more quickly. Now, how do you discard ideas? Well, it is very difficult to do that, particularly for the human mind that likes to accumulate as many ideas and beliefs, as much information as possible. And so one of the best ways to do so is, rather than to discard, which leaves an emptiness that humanity finds difficult, it is to replace. Replace an old idea with a new idea. This way, very gently, the self and the personality and all the aspects say, oh yes, that is better. And the mind, because it is accustomed to polarity, will choose the better thought or the better idea, and then it will be much easier to discard the older one. Again, it is the idea of conceiving the concept of a new beginning, and that the concept of a new beginning very possibly thinks of how to replace an older thought with a newer one, and then the older it begins to fall away much more gently. This suggestion I give to you because there is much less struggle involved, you see? With much less struggle, then the mind is in cooperation, and the self is able to restore, to self-restore, rather than to simply fix a problem.